Buddy, Scotchy Bourbon Boys from the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and we are here with Barry Brinegar of RD1 Spirits. Hi, Barry.
Oh, hi. How's it going, man? Another fun bourbon festival.
Yeah, I mean we're in the media tent. It's very loud, but what I've been finding is these microphones actually for the lives have done pretty good. So perfect. So. Talk about what's new at the festival. You guys introduced some stuff. You had picks. And there's a lot of other stuff happening.
There's a lot of other stuff. You know, this year they did the most barrel selects that they've ever done at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We in fact did two barrel selects. We did an apple wood finish and a ruby port finish. Going really phenomenal. Sales have been very brisk. But we also have launched the 10-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon that is finished with Amberana. This is a very mature flavor profile. I think that we'll find that a lot of the people who love bourbon enjoy that rich flavor profile of oak, tobacco. It has good leather notes. This is a very mature flavor profile. We just launched this to the U.S. market. We've got 900 cases, and we expect those to be sold out very quickly. But it's cask proof, and it's a very delicious pour.
I would attest to that. Just like many cigar blends, this would be fantastic paired with the cigar. There's no doubt about it. It's got that. There's the Amberana helps, but it's got that deep, rich tobacco flavor. Maybe a little bit of leather. That's the kind of bourbon that does really really with a cigar. But yeah, and then talk about what you've been doing. I mean, your offerings, they're so creative lately. I mean, you guys do a ton of wood finishing. It's the woods. Now, wine cask too, also, or not?
So funny. So we just brought on our new Master Distiller, Jared Gallagher. He's from the James Beam Institute. We hired him away, and he's now our Master Distiller in Lexington, Kentucky. So this guy has his PhD in wood maturation, and we've already experienced about 14 different wood finishes that we're working on now to taste, to bring to market. Maybe some experimental stuff, single barrel stuff, but we just put out a blackberry wine cask in the gift shop, and we had a retailer come from Texas, and they were sampling through everything, and we're like, no, we're not going to buy a barrel this time. We just, thanks for meeting with us. They tasted that barrel and on the spot bought it. It is so unique and delicious. Jared has been a wonderful addition to our team, and as I think most people know, we are building a brand destination in Lexington, Kentucky from the ground up. We'll be mashing, fermenting, and distilling there. We'll have a VIP wood science lab where you can come in, you can taste through different ones of our wood finish, create your own barrel.
How close are you to your location now?
It's probably no more than a mile away. So we're in the Distillery District right now in Lexington, Kentucky. The new brand destination is going to be on Main Street. So it's about a mile away, and it's called the Entertainment District. So what you're going to see in Lexington, you're going to see this transformation happen with the Distillery District into a big entertainment district as well.
That's fantastic. And then this is a picture of your new distillery that's going to be opening soon.
Yeah, it'll open up in January of 2025, and we'll be doing tours immediately once we open there. But later in the year, there's going to be a 1,000-seat indoor-outdoor amphitheater. So this amphitheater is going to bring in national acts. The same company that manages the Railbird Music Festival in Lexington is going to be managing this venue. So we will have really good musical acts coming in.
Yeah, and I think overall, the Kentucky's and bourbon and the mixture with music and the music venues, it's not like you're adding to something that there was already too much of. You actually are filling the void so that there's enough of that to bring those acts to Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
And
absolutely, and I think we talk about this a little bit, but what's happening with the Kentucky Bourbon Trail is that it really is morphing into the natification of the Bourbon Trail. So it's more based on experiences. I mean, when we're here at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, what do we do at night? We we go to dinner at Marchand Bourbon Company. You know, we go to dinner with Jim Beam.
Yeah.
So we love getting together. We love drinking bourbon, but we also enjoy it with other things like entertainment, music, and food.
Yeah, well, give everybody so your story, it's very unique. It's not like you started off as a distiller or anything like that. I mean, just talk about real quick, give everybody a brief background of, you know, where you came from, because I remember meeting you the first time, and I believe it was 2021, that first festival after COVID, and you came over, and the two of us were very busy. Your beard had a little bit more color, and it was shorter. But at the same time, talk about, you know, how you got into this, because you're very passionate about it and the brand.
Yeah. You know, number one, I'm a consumer of American bourbon, American whiskey, and so my background is I used to be a registered nurse, and I used to work in the operating room, and I found that I enjoyed talking to people better, I enjoyed interacting with people, more consulting. So I worked with a medical device company and sold medical devices, but I followed this club around called the Lexington Bourbon Society, and I fell in love with the industry. So I'm with Jimmy Russell. The first event that I went to was with Jimmy Russell. Jimmy Russell just celebrated his 70th year.
Yep, anniversary.
Yeah. So here's an icon. You know, it's like a rock star to those of us who love bourbon and know bourbon. And so I just kept meeting enough of these people in the industry. And at the time, I had transitioned over to owning my own digital marketing company. And I would talk to local business owners for 10, 15 minutes about how important it is to be seen, heard, and found online. And then I would start talking about bourbon. You know, so I'd talk about the industry. I might talk about doing barrel picks. And I met enough local business owners who said, you should probably start a brand. And we did. We wrote a business plan with my other co-founders. And the first person we spoke to was Mark Stoops, the UK football coach. And Mark loved the story. He loved the bourbon. At that time, we had a 12-year straight bourbon. It's called the Inheritance. It's phenomenal. But then we met with Mike Tedderton, who is also one of our owners. And he said, I don't think you're raising enough money, so I want you to double your ask, and we'll come in, Mark, and be, you know, investors with me. And so we launched during COVID. And in October of 2020, we had a product on the shelf. 3 months later, we need more money. So Mike, his prophecy was true. We didn't ask for enough money. So we went back to Mark and Mike and said, you know, something's going to have to change. They opened up the books, looked at everything, and said, all right, we're going to come in only if Barry can stay with the brand. You know, so of course I'm like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. I will. This is my life. I love doing it. So, you know, you see me, you know, being bourbon's one of bourbon's biggest ambassadors. You know, traveling all over the country.
Well, I would say that based off that whole story, it's one of the things that when you're into bourbon and you're collecting and you're going around and enjoying and meeting everybody, you meet a lot of people who have financial pocketbooks that love bourbon themselves, and they know it's an investment, but they're not going to get in and do the legwork, but you are willing to get in and do the legwork, and we're here with a brand. I mean, he's building a distillery. Do you know what kind? And it's happening, and it's being constructed, and he's got all the people, and little by little, step by step, right? And there's a lot of people. You're not just one of a kind, you know. So that's one of the things that I love about the bourbon industry. So you guys gotta check out RD1. I mean, this 10-year Brazilian Amburana wood finish, barrel proof, spectacular, and thanks for doing this, Barry.
Yeah, thank you. I always appreciate meeting up. You know, with all of us, we get together. We just love sharing bottles, and you know, I think you nailed it with this one. It's a cigar blend. It's going to pair nicely. You just want to get a pour, have a nice cigar. This one's going to be your Huckleberry, but it's a limited time offering, so we only have 900 cases going to the U.S. market. Once it's gone, you just have regrets because you didn't get a bottle.
Yeah, but you got to do it so that you know, everybody wants more. You can't always get it, but you always get some. That's the marketing, right?
Yes.
All right, so thanks a lot. have a good rest of your festival, and thanks for doing this. All right, everybody. Tiny of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys from the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. You want to say hi, Roxy? Oh, that's okay. And